they're talking about IGN and IGN buying up these places and laying off a bunch of journalists. And some journalists was bemoaning the fact that the traffic was going to YouTube, and
Yeah.
who are not trained journalist professionals. Well, what sort of training did that help with Nick? Nick's not being professional at all. Nick is violating ethics left and right. He posted derogatory information about me without confirmation. That was fake. That was deliberately fed to him, right?
Right.
And so this training doesn't matter at all if these people aren't willing to use it. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, my reply, that Park Place put in the article, ironically. Yeah, but I saw this this post. This is such cope. This is someone who, just like all of them, they had the mainstream narrative in their hand. They could literally do and mold it to whatever they wanted to, and they loved it. They loved the power. They loved everything about it. These are the kind of people that were blue checkmark verified before it became a thing where you had to pay for it. These are the blue check marks, the originals that just loved the power and status that they got from being able to control the narrative. And now that they can no longer control it, they want to blame everybody else for it. They want to blame everybody, but they don't realize that you guys could have still been relevant if you would have just did your job properly. The problem is that you're too busy trying to be activists. You're not actually trying to be a journalist. You don't tell the truth, or at least the objective truth. You don't look at things from a nuanced point of view and just report the facts. You take what you're told and then you mold it to fit whatever your agenda is. And that's what you do. And people caught on to that. People are able to see right through it these days a lot easier. And just be real, honestly, YouTubers are a lot more entertaining than these fucking journalists ever will be. I'm sorry. And people are realizing that too, and nobody wants to listen to these people. They don't want to get with the times. Yeah, they did it
by being so one-sided in their presentation of stories. They eroded public trust to the lowest it's ever been for journalism. And Nick is doing the same thing to his credibility. He's by tweeting about me every day and posting false information and being, and totally getting bamboozled into posting derogatory stuff that he never verified, to calling for private information to be sent to him. He's completely undermining the trust in his reporting. And I don't think they realize this, or they don't care, but then they act confused as to why the public doesn't trust them anymore. And the public doesn't trust them anymore is because they're completely one-sided and unhinged.
Well, yeah, it's all once word of mouth gets around about a particular thing. I mean, look what's happening to Disney. Disney, the once unbeatable company, the once everybody loved the kind of company. Word of mouth got around slowly, but then eventually started to have a domino effect, and it started to burn like a wildfire. And before you know it, it's one of the companies that have some of the worst public perceptions out there, by far. And it's reflective, and granted, they're still a huge company, but it's still reflective. And when it comes to journalists, if you even want to use that word, or gaming journalists like Nick, the public perception has been down for a long time. And within the last year or so, it's been much worse. It's been like a wildfire, especially the last couple of months, obviously, with Gamergate 2 and all that stuff. People know, and now that information is going around more free on X, or Twitter, what ends up happening is that with the release of information and the freedom of that information, it becomes much easier to spot the bullshit. It also sometimes it becomes harder to spot some bullshit depending on what you're talking about, with pictures and AI and all that. But from a personality and journalistic standpoint, it's very, very easy to spot the bullshit. And these people like Cecilia, they were used to being able to spew bullshit and pass it off as a truth for years. And now they can't do it. And then on top of that, they're boring. So like, I'm gonna stick to that. They're very boring.
In Alyssa's case, and so when I say the gloves are off, it means I've been deliberately not talking about Alyssa. I've been deliberately not talking about Nick, but I'm going to talk about them now. I'm going to start with Alyssa, and Nick's got a little time before I start talking about him.
She's gonna lose her collective shit.
So she was very upset. I believe that she jumped hard on the publicity train when she did the Cabrutus hit piece, right? She was trying to make the YouTube round. She went on Canadian Broadcasting Company, gave an interview there. She was really trying to ride this hard. And I think what happened was like what you said, she got no traction. And the more she got no traction, because it's totally opposite before. Last time this happened, people went on Canadian broadcasting. It became a big deal. People went to the UN to talk up to get their narrative across. That didn't happen this time. She didn't get to go to the UN. She didn't get any traffic. Nobody watched her videos. She became very, very upset because I believe she is sick for one. And I believe that she is a narcissist, and I believe that this upset her very, very much, and that the loss of relevancy, right, and the loss of the trust of the gaming public, and I think this is what drives her behavior, and I think that this is why you see them getting more and more strident.
Yeah. And like I said, man, she is going to absolutely lose it because I think that Smash JT has had her attention for a little bit now. I know she was heavily obsessed with you in the beginning. I don't know if she still kept talking about you. I didn't see it because she was kind of, like I said, obsessed with Smash JT, but I mean she is going to, it's going to get crazy. I would imagine.
Oh, she still tweets about me. She
Does
spells
she?
my name differently.
I have her
Uh,
blocked, so I don't know. Oh, she
I
does one
don't
of those like passive aggressive
I don't know if she's watching
tweets.
tonight.
Oh, dude, probably. I mean, you retweeted it, right? So
Yeah,
probably.
she watched your last streams, right?
Yeah.
She's a regular, and
Yeah, she's 100% stalker, bro. Like
and
she has an
yeah.
alt account that she watches from all the time.
So Alyssa, I'm sorry. Today you defended Nick's behavior, and when you claim to be a victim of yourself, of this sort of doxing stuff that's happening, that's really two-sided of you. And my message to you is this: it's like I don't care if you are sick. I think what you're doing is wrong. And I'm going to oppose you. So I'm going to be very vocal. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to talk about what you're trying to do to people. And this is because, obviously you have no qualms going to immense lengths to lie about me, immense lengths to support, my doxing and to call it justified. So, yeah, the gloves are off. I'm going to talk about you. So there you go.
It's gonna get crazy. Adair Soto for a 20. I wish for you and your family stay safe, Mr. Grums. If he's not backing down, all gloves are off. Fight to the very end if you have to. And also free Stellar Blade. And also, you look like a marshmallow avatar. You look squishy. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like all right. It's
I'm
kind of a compliment,
squishy.
kind of not. So I don't know.
Squishy.
That's funny. It's like, how do you get offended at an avatar? It's like, I don't know. Dr. Scientist for a 10 says, I want to vote for Grums in the waifu battle. That's not fair. Grums would win immediately.
Yeah, if I put on my maid outfit, it's over.
It's game over.
Yeah, it's just not fair to the competition.
Grums will be a fucking a champion for an entire month. It wouldn't be fair. We got Gray Gecko for what is that? ISK. Chrono? I don't know. 3,000 something says, hey, Grums, I just want to say thank you for standing up for us gamers. I've been a gamer all my life, and seeing our hobby being infected by people who hate us and our hobbies. Big love from Iceland. Oh, Iceland. Okay. My bad. Yeah.
Yep.
Grums is doing awesome work, man.
Thank you.
Awesome work.
Yeah, I'm tanking. That's what everyone says.